Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Lucid. We're hopping back into Garden of Good and Evil. It's turn 98. We are nearing turn 100. And I've got an exciting turn for you. So, Dire Portent. No description for this one, but that is Arcane Nexus. As you can see, Arcane Nexus is up. I think it was down for 3 or 4 turns, so he is ready to keep it up for the rest of the game if he can. So, we cast Teleport. And we cast Dark Knowledge. So, let's see. I accidentally teleported this guy to the wrong province. I meant to teleport him inside here. But I was going to defend here earlier, and then I decided against it, so that was a mistake. However, what I'm going to jump to is there's a battle in Symphony, and we're going to watch that battle. Symphony is one of the Ryland forts on the coast. It's this fort right here, and we will see how it goes. So first, let's take a look at the armies. Not as many Star Children in this army. Most of the Star Children went north in the previous attack that I ended up losing horrifically. But we do have Set Yig with a Pocket Lich, interesting enough. And the Wraith Crown, which he probably took from one of my... He's died twice now, so you can see he's only Earth 2. He used to be Earth 4. But, yeah, you can see he used to be the god of hammers. He is not the god of hammers anymore. Can't even forge them. Oh, no, he's only died once, but he's mute. So I think the math is it's 3 divided by 2 round up. Anyway, that's how you get 2. So we've got Set Yig. We've got a bunch of Tartarians. This one's an Earth 1. And you can see he's Earth 5, which is quite high, so somehow he's come into a Bloodstone. He must have gotten this trading with Nazca. I don't think he has. Or he had his father Illerith make them when he had when he had him. And finally, we have this lady here, who's a Fire 5 mage, with a bunch of fire gems and a ruby eye. We have this lady here who is... I can't tell if this is already applied, Power of the Spheres. I don't know if it's applied yet. We'll check back later. Anyway, High Air Mage with some death access, so she can spam all sorts of nasty stuff. And also a Crystal Matrix, so she will become buffed by a Communion. Then we have this nasty here, who's a Blood Mage, which actually is interesting. I didn't know that Tartarians could be Blood Mages, but I guess they can. So that's a way to break into Blood Magic, which actually is probably a feasible way for me to break into Blood Magic if I ever am so inclined. The Blood Magic is pretty terrible on Ermor. And then we have one more Earth 5 Mage with a bunch of gems. In addition, we've got a bunch of dudes up in the front of his star spawn. These ones in the light robes are his non-cap only, so they're not as good. They're holy 2 though. We've got some white mages who are nothing to write home about. And we have a few capital only star spawn, these ones right here. Nothing too impressive. They do have bottles of water for the most part, which means they will be difficult to assassinate. And then a few of these guys with water gems. So, in terms of troops, they're fielding a few kinds. They've got some of these living statues, which are high protection and blunt and slash resistant. They've got a boatload of Claymen. And Claymen have pretty bad stats, but they have a lot of HP. And they have regeneration. And their weapon does a fair amount of damage. 20 damage is not bad. And then we have the Meteorite Guards in the front. And some Terracotta Soldiers, which I don't think I've seen him field before, but they're fire resistant, and aside from that, there's nothing really noteworthy about them. Pretty average. So this is his army. Right, and fighting against them, we have my army. We have probably about 150, no, probably almost 200 Sacreds. But we have mage support, which is unique for me. So we have the King of Magma, who's got 3 fire gems. The Queen of Air Elementals, who's got 8. A Lamia Queen. I can't remember if she puts up Foul Vapors or not. We'll see. I think her job is Foul Vapors. This guy's job is Heat of Hell. This guy's job is a lot. Storm, and then Mist form. Fog Warriors. And then Mist across the battlefield to reduce their precision. So let's see what happens now. So he's attacking me. So I get first go, which is actually really, really important. So I get Storm up, I get Foul Vapors up, I get Rigor Mortis up, I get Skeletal Legion, which actually is not horrible, but not great. So there we go. I thought I had Anti-Magic too. Did we drop it yet? I think I did drop it. We're going to check that battle out again, just double check here. I believe I do drop Anti-Magic, but we'll double check. Oh yeah, Anti-Magic first, then Power of the Sepulchre, and then Unholy Blessing. So we've got essentially all of our important magic cast in the first turn. Anti-Magic, Power of the Sepulchre, which is going to give all these guys higher attack. 15 attack is very high, and increased movement. Unholy Power, they get 4 more movement. And Skeletal Legion, so tons of battlefield magic going up in the first turn. And you can see with Unholy Power, my Knights actually make it all the way across the battlefield on turn 1. Okay, I'm kind of going fast here, but actually we'll just let it go fast and I'll tell you what all he put up. So there went Doom, Fog Warriors, Firestorm, Army of Lead, Ground Army. So Army of Lead is going to give all of his guys magic resistance, so +4. It's also going to give them 20 protection, but it does give them lightning weakness. So casting Ground Army right after it counteracts the Army of Lead. So he doesn't have lightning weakness. So these guys are all, if you just look at these, Mist form 2, regeneration, 20 protection, their stats kind of suck, but yeah, those guys are going to be tough to kill quickly. So that was the Firestorm animation. So Firestorm is dropping. My normal troops are going to get kind of wrecked by Firestorm, as you can see. My Sacreds, however, have fire resistance. Okay, that was Master and Slave. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on team-colored tiles. So you can see he got only a few, and that was because I got... First of all, Master and Slave does not affect mindless units, so most of my guys are unaffected. But it did get some of my Lictors, which is unfortunate. And there went Undead Mastery, right? And that does get mindless units. And it got a few, but not many, and that's because my guys have much better magic resistance now. That getting anti-magic up first turn was really key. And there's Stygian Reigns, which actually is not that helpful. I don't believe it stacks with... Yeah, it doesn't stack with Army of Lead, so that was kind of a waste. But it gives you 15 invulnerability, kind of like 15 damage protection from... Okay. Yeah, 15 damage protection from mundane attacks, non-magic attacks. So we're attacking, and we're doing some damage to his front line. Firestorm is raining down hell upon the battlefield. And there he goes again. You can see Firestorm is really not hurting him, because he also has Firefend up, I believe. So his troops are fire resistant. And I've got it in high speed now, so it looks right now like I'm gonna lose. I just dropped Mist, so we have further reduced the precision of his mages. With Storm and Mist up, they stack. And you can see his precision now is only 4. So he's going to be missing a lot of his attacks. Like, you see a bunch of banishments that went in here. There was a Pillar of Fire. It looks like that hit, though. Well, kind of, actually. I think it hit a gap. That's kind of missing. See, these, like this banishment, it looks like he hit. But that banishment was actually targeting my lictors. So it's going to be hard for him to, harder for him to focus fire my lictors down. That was Witherbones. Very powerful anti-undead spell. Very effective. And here we go. The battle's continuing to go. I'm going to skip through some of these turns because it is going to go on for a long time. So there was Witherbones. You can see Witherbones is just destroying me. The caster of that, I believe, is... Where are you? I think it's this foul woman. This Tartarian Monstra. And, yeah, she's definitely doing some damage to me. I think that is the primary caster. One thing, though, is that all of his communion slaves have now died. Which, what that means is their Witherbones is not going to be as strong, and they're going to start accumulating fatigue now. So that's kind of an important milestone. You'll see now that the battlefield magic will slow down a little bit. So there was a Witherbones, but it wasn't quite as powerful as before. Witherbones scales, you get more area of effect and more damage the higher level you are. So with the Communion down there, I think they're probably 3 levels lower. See, that was a much weaker Witherbones cast. And if we check out her fatigue now, she should be all fatigued up. Wait, no, she's not. Who is the Communion slave who's eating all this? It's probably this guy. He's about to die. So a few of these are still Communion slaves. They have lived much longer. Yeah, so we'll see. The Communion's much weaker, but she's still not taking fatigue. Because there are still some Communion slaves left. I think it's just this one. Yeah, he's about to die. But it is keeping her from getting a lot of encumbrance. I mean, a lot of fatigue, which is unfortunate. Some good things are my lictors haven't routed yet. They definitely can rout. And you can see they're getting kind of nailed. The nice thing is my armies are kind of split up, so with the low precision, they're missing actually a significant portion of their attacks. Where you can see they're hitting in this little rift between them. And that really adds up over time. If you take all the misses and you were to factor it in, it kind of puts it over the regeneration threshold so that a lot more of my guys would have died. But you can see now where it looked like I was going to lose, now it looks like I'm going to win. Almost all of my undead are... My chaff undead have gone. There's only 4 or 5 left. Ooh, those were some strong Witherbones. Now I think this guy has died. Nope. Oh, there's one more dude with... Oh, man. I just can't get fatigue on this lady. Yeah, some of these guys are fatigued out, though. They're about to rout, though. Because I've done a ton of damage, so they're at the... They're definitely at the army threshold rout check. And there go a couple of them. One's running off the battlefield right now. Now what I want to do is I want to kill his mages, but it looks like a lot of them are running. This guy's running. These guys are not fatigued up yet. man, now I'm really wishing that, So looking at it, if you think how this battle could have gone differently, there's one spell that would dramatically... It's one spell that wrecks Communions. Absolutely wrecks Communions, and it is Mass Flight. Now he can counter it with Storm. But a turn 1 Mass Flight, you cannot counter. Here's my little anti-thug dude coming in, and he should just lay a smackdown, but unfortunately these guys are mistformed. Because he's got a 50 armor negating blade. So he pops it, does 1 damage, but this guy's about to rout. And he's going to come in, pop another 1 damage. So that was good. We killed one of his capital-only star spawn. We hit her for a fair amount of damage. But not enough to kill her, unfortunately. And there we go, we have won. That is the first major battle that we have won. And it was not just any battle, it was a very important battle because after it, there was no army left inside this fort. So indeed, we have taken this fort. You can see we charge right on through. And there's hardly anyone left to defend. And there we go. That is a huge win. So, yeah, that's awesome. Very, very awesome. One of the items I really need to forge is... I'll show you real quick. A little tangent. Is I need to get... Where's my air mage? Don't I have an air mage somewhere? An air dusk elder? Certainly I must. Air Dusk Elder. Do I not have an Air Dusk Elder? Are you kidding me? It appears I do not. What are you? We have a Astral. Do I really not have one? It's crazy. Totally crazy. Okay. I was going to show you what I need to forge. I think what I need to do is I need to bite the bullet and buy one of these. Now what I want is I want an air random, which is really unlikely, so I'm probably just going to get air 2, astral 2. What I can do with this, though, is there's an item I want that's air 5, astral 2. And I have already this, right? The Staff of Elemental Mastery. I believe... Well, no, I had, but I lost. Oh, crap, I forgot I lost it. With it, I can forge... I'm not going to do it now, but I'll do it in a bit. I can forge... this winged helmet. And then with the winged helmet, or my queen, I can forge a bag of air. So this will be net 50 gems, less hammer discount. And that'll give me up to air 5, holding all that gear. When I have air, that'll get this person to be air 5 astral 2, which will allow me to forge an item in Lucid's Thematic Gem Gen, which is an item that will give me a lot of temporary air gems at the start of battle, which will be quite nice. It'll take many turns for it to pay for itself, but I need to not lose these queens. So I don't know, it may not be a good deal, but we'll see. And it would prevent me from putting a Shroud of the Battle Saint on her. Anyway, we're gonna try it. We're getting very close to Underdark. Now the way Underdark worked, I haven't used it in a I haven't used it at all before, and especially in a multiplayer game. So I was going and testing it. It costs 100 death gems, right? You have to be D9, fortunately I am. What it will do is it will reduce income in all the provinces in the world except caves. So caves and deep seas will not have their income reduced. Which actually is kind of convenient, because I have a fair amount of my income coming from this cave. I think there's a great gold mine here, and I think I may have one more. Let's check real quick. Oh no. So yeah, my income's going to take a hit too, and I'm going to be negative, but I can keep mine afloat with... Actually, once I have it, I can let these guys die for all I care. But I can keep it afloat for a little bit longer to hit some research objectives with probably enchantment and thaumaturgy and evocation. I do want to get... I want to have Wrathful Skies as an option. So, anyway, that's good. We're very close. What I've done is, because I now have this, I don't really want to fight. I really kind of want to stall. And while I'm stalling, I can set these guys to research, which actually is going to take 1 turn off of Underdark. So, yeah, I'm doing 1,200 a turn. I've got 4 more turns to go. So, it'll be like turn 102, I'll be casting it. 103 maybe. So that'll be pretty damn sweet. Oh wait, you're patrolling. I was going to have somebody here build a temple, but I think I forgot. I'll have to build you later, milady. So, there's a bit of a trick here. You can see I very quickly filled these 2 forts up with ghouls. A challenge, though, is I don't have any ghouls left to put in this fort. Or, I don't have any ghouls in this fort yet. And with 240 dudes, he could actually take this fort in 2 turns. And potentially he would win that fight, especially if he comes from both sides. So I need to get ghouls in here. Now the trick is, if there's no attack in the magic phase, then I've got plenty enough ghouls to put in here where he ain't going to be getting through the walls, right? And I'm going to further reinforce where these guys the ghouls are coming from. The issue is that if he does a magic phase attack on my fort, and he is then sieging it in the magic phase, then all the ghouls I have which are coming in won't be able to. And they'll either fight, you know, like the super combatant he has on top, and probably die. Yeah, so I don't really want that to happen. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set this guy, who actually can kill super combatants. Not super easy, but he can kill them. And I'm going to set him to patrol. Now the way this will work is I've got enough PD that hopefully it will be a distraction while this guy buffs up. And when he's buffed up, he's going to charge in and attack the super combatant and hopefully kill it. If there is no super combatant, and let's say he moves this army on top, now there's a chance I'll lose this guy. What I've done to kind of prevent that is I've sent a few armies of chaff to move and patrol on top of this province. And he sits in the back and will buff up while they charge in, and hopefully the army will trigger an HP route before he charges into battle, and then he'll retreat. That's kind of the theory. I don't know how well it'll work. So anyway, we'll try this turn. But yeah, we're not going to defend. We're going to try to instead turtle with ghouls. And I don't think he can break through. Meanwhile, what I think is likely, if you look at him, if he attacks me here, then Nazca can attack him. And I'm actually going to send a message to Nazca too. And I'm going to say, if Ryla doesn't move his army back to right, so if Ryla goes and attacks me, first of all, I think I can, with this patrol tactic and whatnot, even if he does a magic phase attack, which would be a very advanced move, I think I can still get ghouls inside the fort enough to defend it. What I think is more likely is that he does none of that, and instead he retreats back here. Now the reason is because if he puts his army on top of this fort, what's going to happen is Nazca can just hop on top of White Harbor and take this from him. And then he will have a hard time getting on land again. So, yeah, that's... I kind of actually hope he attacks me. And I hope Nazca attacks him. But he and Nazca are in some degree of cahoots. Ooh, I forgot. I've got to cast Auspex somewhere. Whoops. Haruspec somewhere. I think we'll cast that there. Is there a better place to cast it? I don't know. Maybe I cast it in like Lithium Veil. We'll cast it here. I don't know if that's been site searched. So, I think this one, he had his Pretender here with nature, so it's highly likely this has been searched for nature. And I've got this guy, this Fairy Queen with Disease Healer, parked on top of this province where I've got a few mages with diseases, so hopefully she takes care of them. I think I did cure somebody of their disease. But I don't know if I cured the right person. An issue is it might be curing some of these undead. Yeah, you can see a lot of these guys end up having diseases. That's probably what they all are. See, they're all... well... no, a lot of them aren't diseases. We'll see. I don't know. Hopefully it works. If not, I lose some of these guys. This guy's probably going to go this turn. He's got 2 HP left. But this is one of my Burden of Time guys. His age... yeah, he's 84 out of 48, so it's time for him to go. We might be able to hold on to him a little bit longer. So anyway, that's my plan here. And we're definitely out of time on this episode. I'm going to be raiding here, which hopefully that works. I told Nazca to attack here too, so we may bump. But I don't really care. It's a bunch of expendable units. Bandar Log's parked... I mean, Nazca's parked on top of... not Nazca. Ryla's parked on top of Bandar Log. So I can't continue ghoulifying. But I got 800 ghouls in here. He's not taking it. Not anytime soon, anyway. He's got another group of dudes here. I'm going to be sending a small raiding party in the off chance that he moves this group. And that will cut off one of his escape routes. Meanwhile, I'm sending a ton of troops here. We had a small battle here, which is actually one of the first... so first I did Earth Attack. And I got one of his slave mages that had a couple water gems, so this actually could have made the difference in this fight. And he died. And then we had a battle in the province proper. And this is actually, I win this. This is one of the first... this is one of the first Chaff Army wins I have against Ryla with mage support. So I'm very happy that that happened. And the trick is I have enough dudes in the back that they're not getting mind blasted down by the PD. And they're not scripted to soul slay. If he had scripted these guys to soul slay, it would have probably killed me. But it looks like I might not make it. And then my guys pull through his dude's route, and then we clean up all of the mages. So can't be happier with that. And what that does... so he has no Star Children, so these guys are not nearly as much of a threat. And I'm just going to pull through and send all my guys here and hopefully kill this temple. Meanwhile, I'm going to be attacking this province with this Light Raider. And as long as he doesn't get magic dueled, he should win. So he's going to jump in here and hopefully kill this temple. And if I can get these 3 temples combined with this, that's $2,000 of economic damage. That translates into a lot of Star Children. So that's all very important. And if I continue this, which it is absolutely my plan to, once I get Utterdark up, he's going to be pretty crippled. So, anyway, that is the plan. I think I have a path to victory now. Get Utterdark up, take this throne. I'm going to be very close to a throne victory by then. If you look at my total throne points, we need 9 to win. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6. The lower throne will put me at 7. Then I just have to take 1 throne. And that 1 throne, I would like to take this, but it'll be very hard for me to get in there due to it being a mountain pass. So I kind of need to scout and see what these are. I'm actually not sure. I'll have to check what's a way to see what the sites are in a site. Maybe scrying of some kind. But I need to check. Probably one of these two, or this one. I'm not sure. Where are we? Thrones of Ascension. Yeah. I'm kind of not sure why those thrones aren't taken. I mean, they're going to be kind of hard, but we're turned 90 and no one's taken them yet. Especially the Throne of Fortune. This is a really good throne to take. There would be no reason to not take it. The Throne of Misfortune, you may not want Misfortune in your dominion, but I don't know. We'll see. So that is it for this turn. We're basically going to stall now, so I'll probably try to do 2 and 1 for the next couple episodes until I get Underdark up. Thanks to this big win, we spent a lot of our money on forts, so I'm putting a fort up here. I'm hoping that Ryla doesn't move here and attack this fort, which is coming up. I've got 3 turns left. I've got a fort coming up here also, and I've got a fort coming up here also. So this area is going to be heavily forted in no time at all. And I'm continuing my effort to pull ghouls out from the underground. So, all in all, I would say it's going very well. And, the only problem is Arcane Nexus is back up, but Scaleria has agreed to send me some more gems once he has them. And I've got, I think, about 30 myself. I'll have probably 50 next turn. So, all in all, it's good. Oh, the other thing, Asphodel has a little raider coming through. I'm going to show you him real quick, because he will be the start of my next episode when I show you him getting absolutely wrecked. So, by the way, Frostbrand is not good against undead. So, this guy... Yeah. And also, if you're going to run in and you're going to be a thug, you don't want to get your fatigue this high before you run in. So anyway, he's going to get absolutely bamboozled. I'll show you the guy I'm going to send to kill him, and then we'll call it an episode. It's going to be this dude. He's teleporting in on top. He's going to be doing a bit of Power of the Spheres, Invulnerability, Fire Shield, then Control Dead. And then I think I'll let him do whatever he wants to after that. I'm not going to, because I kind of do want to capture this dude, if I can. It would be nice to have a fire, I mean, another nature dude. So I would totally like to have him, and a Holy 3 Priest is nice, but I may not. Anyway, we'll do it on the chance that I can. I don't think there's any way for him to kill me. Yeah. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.